three. And we're on. Hey folks, how you doing? Sam Panacchio here. Welcome to our live broadcast of my very first spin of the entire Radiohead catalog. Well, at least the first 7 Radiohead records. I started yesterday with Pablo Honey because, as I've mentioned, I did it, I've never heard Radiohead before. So what we're going to do is I got the first 7 records and we're going to listen to them together. And I'm hoping you guys will share your experiences and your feelings about the records. We'll have a big old music conversation and you'll see me react to this stuff the first time. If you want this kind of programming and you want to know what the other 4 records I'm going to play, actually either 5 records I'm going to play from Radiohead are, subscribe to the channel. This is what we're working on right now, their second record, 1995's The Bends. So it is available in the shop, but I'm not sure if I should suggest it to you or not, because again, I haven't heard it. So certainly not saying that I don't hear, like, that I don't think it's, a good record. Sorry, I'm just checking out the sound over here. Is everything working okay, folks? You might want to let me know because I'm not certain. All of a sudden, one of you left a message about maybe the sound not working properly, and it's got me all nervous. Is it working? I'll be honest with you, I don't care if he shreds this or not. I like what I like. Yeah, absolutely. Long live the Bends. Okay, so it sounds like everything is fine in terms of the sound. You guys know, man, this is pirate radio. I don't have a producer, so things are going to fuck up. It's just the way it is. So the deal is that I have the first 7 Radiohead records and have never listened to Radiohead before. So I thought it would be a good idea to just do a live broadcast, share it with you, longtime Radiohead fans, a lot of you, and if anything, maybe attract those of you that are not Radiohead fans or first-time listeners. If that other person in the world exists, I'm kind of hoping we can find him or her and just make this, I don't know, something entertaining. I played the first record yesterday, 1993's Pablo Honey. We started there, so those of you that want to take a look at the old broadcasts, I'm sorry that one's already been blocked on YouTube because, well, copyright, but what can I say? Here we are. Day 2, Radiohead, The Bends, 2 years later. It is their second record. Now, it's going to be interesting to play this one because I'm getting a variety of different opinions, just viewpoints and experiences from people whose musical taste I generally trust. I mean, I'm sure I'm like most of you folks. That's to say that we buy records. We actually spend money on the music. So maybe, like a lot of us, before we go out and buy the record, we have our kind of circle of friends that we trust with their opinion. And this one is where things start turning in terms of the opinion of those that I trust most. Okay, if I take a look at Pablo Honey, it seems like most of you, I don't know, weren't surprised that I wouldn't like it. And I didn't like the record. It's just, it reminded me of a really bad U2 ripoff and started giving me all sorts of bongo douche chills. So it's not for me. But all of a sudden, when it comes to the Bends, before I even posted it on, the live stream, I already had an idea that I would like this better. But where is it that I placed it is that it's better, but it's not yet where they need to be. And it seems like the point where Radiohead really just starts taking off and getting super interesting, according to you guys and what I've read. Nothing more, not my personal experience. I haven't heard it yet. Supposedly that begins happening on OK Computer, the album after the Bends. But it's interesting because I see some of the comments and I have some people whose music taste I trust and just are very similar to mine, mirror my own. So when I have somebody who's into Skinny Puppy and a whole lot of industrial music saying that he loves the record from beginning to end, it makes me wonder, okay, maybe there's something there. When Another longtime collector, Rob Trainer, says that it's like one of his top 2 favorite records of all time, and I know that this is a person who listens to music hardcore and owns a ton of records. It makes me wonder, all right. On the other hand, based on my experience with Pablo Honey, I'm thinking, yeesh, I don't know. I'm expecting better. I'm expecting better. No, better is completely relative. That's not the word I want to use. I'm expecting to hear something that I will enjoy more. But at this point, without having heard a single note from this record yet, before I drop the needle on it, I gotta tell you, I'm not expecting it. Okay? And for me, the criteria that I use when it comes to this is, would I buy the record or not? Would I spend money on the record? Now, I've already said that I've received all of the Radiohead catalog as promo, so I didn't spend any money on any of it. Okay? And after yesterday's live first spin of Pablo Honey, I can understand why, when it came out in 1993, I would have never paid attention to Radiohead again. Because if I heard that at some point, somebody had it on CD and played it at a party, I know that it's just, I simply would not be interested. So, generally speaking, when I hear something like that, I just like, okay, well, forget it. There's 1,000 other records that I'd rather have, and I just don't pay attention anymore. But a lot of you are saying that the Benz is different, and the Benz is where it starts getting very interesting. For me, where the rubber hits the road is pretty simple. After listening to all of this, after we're done with this broadcast and I listen to this entire record, would it have been a record that I would have purchased myself, that I would have dropped the money and said, you know what, all right, I dig this, I'd buy it? Back then in 95 versus 2020 now. So I guess we're going to look at that. I mean, I grew up during the time that these records all came out. I was 25 when the Benz came out, so I'm kind of curious, I remember, I was a hardcore collector back in 95. I have been a hardcore collector my entire life, so by that point I'm pretty sure that I had at least like 2,000 CDs type of thing. So I'm going to be curious to see exactly what all of this sounds like. More curious for me, and probably the most fun part of all of this is it's going to be fun to read your comments and see what you guys think about the records, because to me, I think that's way more important. To me, I like listening to what the fans have to say. And when I talk about fans, there's 2 types of fans for me. There's the hardcore who just, they're going to say they like everything, and that's not really what I pay attention to. Those hardcore fans, it's not because they don't have taste or nothing like that, it's just, I know that type of a fan, and I'm a fan that way of certain bands too, like Lee Hazelwood. I like everything from the guy. There's a lot of artists that I like everything, even the quote-unquote bad records. But those aren't usually the types of people who I will pay attention to when it comes to making that ultimate decision. Will I go out and buy the record? Okay? Those who kind of can take their favorite band and say, you know what, I do like all of it, but this is kind of like my favorite stuff. This is, and put everything into context and kind of show some kind of critical, reason. Or even if it's just a personal reason attached to a personal memory, because that certainly attaches us to the music that we listen to. If I see those types of things, that's the kind of thing that makes me want to go out and buy a record. So what I'll do is I'll play them and see what you guys think. I am reading your comments. As a matter of fact, it looks like the comments section is completely forward, so I'm going to be able to push your comments up on the screen and interact with you. We'll listen to a song-by-song review, and, why don't you like the video, and why don't you subscribe to the channel while we do that. Time to drop the needle on song 1. What is song 1? Oh, by the way, I should also mention that the songs that I'm already kind of on my radar, the songs that are on my radar already, according to what I've read in your comments, is song number 4, Fake Plastic Trees, supposedly is going to be one of the songs that I will enjoy. And then there's another song called My Iron Lung, song 2 on side 2, that I'm supposed to like. Are there any others that I should be paying attention to? I'm actively reading your comments and will do my very best to answer as many of you as possible. And hey, let's have some fun. We'll start with song one, side one, a song called Planet Telex. Well, look, one thing that's certain after listening to that is that I find it radically more interesting than Pablo Honey. Immediately. It's still kind of got that Bono thing, but way less. So the voice is certainly not something that would have caught me. But I think maybe I would have caught that Bono thing, that whole bongo thing, a whole lot less if I hadn't heard Pablo Honey before. Pablo Honey just is a fucking nightmare to listen to, and I'm never going to listen to it again. But I still hear that same kind of like those vestiges of the voice. I still hear them, but not quite the same. The big difference that I hear with the first song is just a much more interesting guitar tone, at least to my ears. And I'm hearing some effects, right? So we're hearing some layers. Not a lot of layers, but we're hearing some layers that weren't there before. And I mean, that song kind of felt like they weren't just trying to paint by numbers. Hey, you know, let's see if we can get a number one song in the BBC. Let's just paint by numbers. That's not the feeling that I just got with that. If anything, it feels like they're laying back a little bit, you know. So certainly makes me interested to hear more. Is it the kind of thing that would you know, immediately catch me? It's like, oh, I can't wait to hear the rest. Not quite. But that's not fair either. On the other hand, I wouldn't turn it off. You know what I'm saying? And on the other hand, now that we're right at the beginning of listening to the Bends, if anything, it makes me curious about the rest. So, listening to Planet Telex kind of chipped away a little bit at my reticence, you know? The entire feeling of, ugh. I hope I don't hear another Pablo Honey. I hope that this sounds different. It sounds different so far. Let's find out what song 2 is all about. The Bends. Oh, yeah, The Bends is another one of those songs that I've been told I should be paying attention to and that I would like very much. What is your feeling on it? Let me know. The comments are coming in fast and furious. They're always the best part of the show. I should tell Facebook people, and there's a ton of you Facebook people, that you might want to join the YouTube chat for the simple reason that Facebook will shut this down after maybe 50 minutes or something like that. So if you want to catch an uninterrupted stream and catch a very lively conversation, join us on the YouTube stream. That one will not go down. All right, folks. Why don't we listen to the next song? I'm going to put up the link, by the way, in chat on the YouTube so that you guys can kind of just come and join us there. Are you enjoying it up to now? Do you think, in your opinion, actually, let me read your comments. Will this be getting better? I don't know. Just let me know what your feelings are. As a matter of fact, if anything, for those of you who really grew up with the record, tell me your first memories of listening to the records. Tell me, you know, if it's one of those records that matters. Give me the context. Give me the life context of the record. I don't want you to be a music critic. Music critics can suck my dick. We're not music critics here. We're music lovers. We are appreciators of art. We are not here to give scores to art. That is bullshit. We are here to share our appreciation. So I most certainly am interested in hearing what you guys have to say. I'm going to continue on to song 2, the title track, which is The Bends. Let's do this. Give me just a sec. I'm gonna fucking increase the tracking. I hate this fucking bullshit. Sorry, man. It's just, I haven't had time. I'm on the air all the motherfucking time, so I get tired. I haven't had the time to calibrate this tone arm properly. On the other hand, you know what it means? First of all, you should know vinyl skips. Okay? Secondly, I should be living proof that it's important to calibrate your tone arm properly. because you see what happens when I don't. And thirdly, if you're looking for no skips without any comments, why don't you just go turn on Spotify? I promise, I'm real comfortable. You won't hurt my feelings if you go to Spotify. So basically what I'm saying is life has surface noise and life has skips. Life is imperfect, so if you can't deal with it, fuck off, okay? All right, we're going to do that all over again. By the way, I'm finding this way more interesting so far. Let's hope this skips less. I'm massively fed up. This fucking turntable, I can't stand it. I gotta do something. By the way, I also need a new cartridge, so what it is that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move on to the next. Don't worry, we fix everything. What, you got somewhere to go? You got an appointment, your dentist appointment? What's the deal? We're fucking stuck here. We're all stuck here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna deal with the fact that there are skips, and I'm gonna fix it. And if you don't like it, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go to Spotify. Bafangul is what I'm saying. Alright? I'm putting it on the other turntable. It's gonna skip less. Are you happy? Calm your ass down. Alright. The huge difference for me that I'm hearing immediately between this and Pablo Honey is just the guitar. I mean, the guitar sounds far, I don't know, more original. All of a sudden, I mean, it's not the most original thing in the world. That's not what I'm saying, but it doesn't sound like the copy paste I was hearing on the first one. It's a bit more jangly. There seems to be a little bit more personality to it. The tone is certainly completely different. There are different layers. I mean, again, I wouldn't exactly call it a densely layered record or nothing at this point, but it's what it does is it immediately makes me wonder. Parlophone, like the label who put this out. I don't know if you guys know, but Alice in Chains are a boy band. And what I mean by a boy band is that this isn't a band that met together as friends and they played in a garage and they became a band. They were put together in a boardroom. Alice in Chains is the Backstreet Boys of the grunge movement. That's not to say that the music's no good. I love Alice in Chains. But it was one of those things where grunge came out and I was like, oh, fuck. We gotta make money here. Let's make sure that we sign as many grunge bands as we possibly can so we can cash in on it. And the minute it is that it dies, we're gonna drop all of them. So all of a sudden a band like the Melvins get a 3-album deal with Atlantic Records and Tad starts attracting attention and fucking Afghan Wigs, they're betting that the Afghan Wigs are gonna sell records. And I mean, those are all great bands, fantastic bands. But what it is that I'm referring to is more how have you seen the movie Hype? Okay, it's a movie about the grunge movement, and it kind of just explains how ridiculous everything got. All of a sudden you bought brand new jeans with holes in them. It's like, you fucking idiot! Don't you understand? The reason they're wearing flannel and ripped up jeans is because they're poor. You guys are like doing the same thing and selling it for $500. You're dicks. It's just it became co-opted. The entire thing became co-opted. So music became co-opted, and music always gets co-opted, man. The minute it is that you do something, it's like everyone's going to try to sell as many copies of the same fucking copy-paste artist over and over and over and over again. That's going to happen forever. The Monkees. They were trying to cash in on the Beatles. It's not to say the Monkees aren't good. I love the Monkees, but I mean, that's usually just the way it goes. So it just makes me wonder if on that first record, like Radiohead were just one of those Backstreet Boys, Alice in Chains things where it's like, oh, you know what? Let's get some kids who are relatively popular in this area and let's try to recreate the same fucking grunge pablum so that we can just keep selling cars to you over FM radio, and we'll do the same thing over and over and over again. And it's just what I've always hated about radio, and why I haven't listened to radio in 15 years, and why I'll never listen to radio again. Because it's a fucking algorithm. Now, if you like an algorithm telling you what you might like or not like, go ahead. What do you want me to tell you? Me? I prefer having conversations just like we're having right now. I prefer reading your comments. I prefer hanging out in a room with people who like music, smoking a joint, drinking a beer, and engaging. And that's what we're doing here. I mean, what? We're nearly 40 in the YouTube land. We're 21 in Facebook. So, Facebook land, I'm telling you now, this thread will go down. This stream will go down on Facebook. Just come to YouTube because that is the place to be. And subscribe to the channel so that you can see whenever the other videos come up. We do a lot of videos. Every evening since this entire COVID thing happened, we've been broadcasting the virus broadcasts. I have been on every single night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard every night, and I will be on every night until this motherfucking thing is done. So come and join us. You're not alone. You know what I'm saying? You want to hang out with a bunch of people who really like music and have become family and a community over the last 35 days? You just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hang out. You'll see what I'm talking about. If you're one of those people that like music, you're going to like what it is that we're doing. If you're one of those people that's just looking for the next thing to do, go watch Fantano. It's not what I do, man. I'm a nerd for music. I'm a fucking nerd for music. With the records you see back there, there's 3 times more than what you see there. I didn't do it so that it can look impressive to you. I don't give a fuck what you think. You understand? Every one of those records, I've listened to them. I pay attention to them. I've spent my whole life. So it's like you want to be around people who care passionately and deeply about music. And that's why we do these types of listens. And so, why don't we continue with song 3 on the Bends. Right now, it almost doesn't sound like the same band. Probably after 2 songs, still the annoyance that gets to me is the vocalist. Is that Tom York, by the way? Is the vocalist Tom York? From what I understand, Tom York is the vocalist and Johnny Greenwood is the guitarist. Just trying to get it straight. It doesn't sound like the same band to me. If I would have started here, I would have maybe had a different... maybe I would have jumped on the Radiohead thing if I started here. But I know myself quite well, and I'm pretty sure that... I mean, I don't have a memory of it, but I know myself. So it's like I'm pretty sure that the way it happened is somebody had Pablo Honey for the first 2 years, and they were playing it, and it was popular. And, you know, typical type of thing. 23, 24, 25-year-old, you go to the parties, and you listen to it, and it's just... ugh. You know? This year, if it would have started here and I would have sat down on a couch, you know, with 4 or 5 people that just like music kind of thing, we don't need to do a million other things. Yeah, I can imagine liking it. I can imagine maybe the trajectory being changed completely. So why don't we continue to song 3, High and Dry. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you are enjoying the show, please give it a like. I would invite you to join us on YouTube where the show will not get taken down, and subscribe to our channel. If you like the record, I like it up to now. I don't know if I'd buy it yet, only 2 songs, but it's available in the store, vinyljunkies.store. I think we got all the Radiohead records in there, okay? And we deliver fast, and we deliver properly. And you know, the mailman, when he comes, he's not going to touch your hands. He's not going to do nothing. He's not going to do nothing. It's all fucking safe. It's all safe. You understand? You don't have to be scared. Our records are gingivitis free. There will be no gingivitis all over the place. You don't have to wear plastic gloves. You understand? As a matter of fact, the factory that we get the records from, they just cleaned the entire thing. They stopped and made sure that they disinfected everything because we want to protect you from the gingivitis. So if you want good records delivered to your door properly, priced right, and you think it's completely fucking ridiculous to give Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, your money, come visit vinyljunkies.store. It's me. I'm the Jeff Bezos of vinyljunkies.store. I'm in my basement smoking pot in a pair of pajamas. Who do you relate to more? Fuck Amazon. Song 3, High and Dry. All right. Um, I'm still not quite digging the vocals. That just had tinges of U2 more than I'm interested in hearing. Fucking bongo. I don't want to hear bongo. When I listen to somebody, oh, you know what? Look at him. He's been influenced by the great bongo of U2. The great bongo. The fucking lifesaver. Playing his stadium tours. So he goes on tour. Does this on stage. Do you know what this means? Bongo tells his audience in the stadium. Do you know what this means? Every time I clap my hands, a child in Africa dies. So a guy in the crowd told him, so stop clapping your hands, you cunt. You know what I'm saying? If I was in a band, I would I would do everything to sound not like U2. So, I don't know if the vocals change. I kind of hope they do at least a little bit. There's certainly variety now. Now it's not bongo. It's not like the first fucking Pablo Honey was bongo. It's just, alright, this is the bongo lookalike show. This is bongo light. You understand? It's bongo light. It's got maybe 60% less calories. So, it's got 60% less douchebag in it, is what I'm saying. But that song, you know, it kind of sounded a little bit like a U2 ballad. Waiting for the sun. You remember when U2 tried to be relevant and they put out that record Pop? Discotheque, waiting for the sun. Wearing those silver clothes. Fucking idiots. I hate them. All right. We're going to listen to Fake Plastic Tree. Plastic Bag. We're going to listen to Plastic Bag now. This is the song. One of you said that it's going to be one of my favorites or one of the best songs. The Fake Plastic Bag. And then another one said, you know what? That's probably the song you're going to hate most because this song, and I'm kind of dreading it now because of it. Some of you have said that this is a very U2 song. This is a very bongo sounding song. In which case, I hope it's a really short one and I don't want to, you know. But I said I was going to do it, right? So we're going to do it. Now listen, you're allowed to like U2. You don't need, if you do that stupid dance on the floor. Walk away, walk away, waka, 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 waka. Guy sounds like Pac-Man. You want to dance, go ahead. I just don't like it. That's all. Not saying it's no good. It's good. It's just my personal experience is that every douchebag I've ever met growing up, they all liked U2. They fucking U2. They were the fucking best. They were the fucking best. Now they do my taxes. They work at a bank. Fucking douchebags. I'm so angry. Look, I'm just putting it on. Kind of. This is what my therapist said is the safe way to get rid of your anger. You know? It's the Ren Hoek method of anger. It just disappears into the abyss. Alright. Fake Plastic Bag is the next song. Side 4. Side 1. Well, there are ways to be positive about it. I mean, it's one of my favorite bongo songs. Bongo sounds way too much like bongo there. Meme therapy. It's okay to be vulnerable as an artist. You're right. You're right. I got vulnerable albums. Just a different thing. Besides, it's a show. What am I supposed to do? Stay neutral? It's a show. The reason you're watching is because I have these reactions. You think I don't know that? Kinda Gamey says, everybody copied Radiohead, you heard the copies first. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, Chris Nickerson, you're the one I was looking for. Time to take aim. These fucking guys, we got all new people here, you know, they're all the Radiohead people. Chris Nickerson hates U2, knows all the lyrics. Alright, dickhead, listen to me. How do you think I know that I hate U2? Because I don't know the songs or because I do know the songs? If you don't know the music, you don't have an opinion. It's like all those douchebags that complain about Nickelback and they've never heard Nickelback. You gotta know the fucking music in order to know if it gets under your skin or not. I lived in St. fucking Leonard. I lived in RDP. I lived around Italians. Every douchebag had all of the fucking U2. I used to play tennis. What would they bring? Under a blood-red sky. Sunday, buddy, Sunday. And I'm trying to play tennis. I was a terrible tennis player. I'm traumatized by this. Of course I know the fucking lyrics. I've heard them a million times. If you're a teenager growing up in St. Leonard around a bunch of Italians with their hair all puffed out, everybody thought they looked like Bongo. Everyone wanted to look like Bongo. I had a friend, Rocco. I swear, his name was Rocco. I can't tell you his last name. It would be even better. This guy, his face looked like a fucking catcher's mask. He was destroyed. His teeth were like, the guy was a snaggletooth. If there was anybody who needed braces, it was this guy. His nose was all fucked up. But he had his hair all plumed out. He had his hair all plumed out like Bongo. So I used to think he looked like Bongo. I had these people all around me. So of course I know these songs. As a matter of fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. I had all the albums too. Because at some point I bought them because it's like, you know, I gotta really listen to this stuff. I gotta find out what it's all about. So I had the fucking Discotheque album there, Pop. I had all of that. So yes, I know it. And Chris, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm not angry at you. Maybe you're not a dickhead. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not a troll. Maybe you're not. But you know what? The whole point of this show is to have some fun. So I just had a bit of fun. All right. Song 5. Side 1. Bones. Bones. Will I like these bones, or will this song break the bones in my brain? Are you enjoying the show? Why don't you subscribe to the channel? I'm telling you that you should come, like the Facebook people. You definitely want to come to YouTube now, because I would say any minute now we're going to get taken down on Facebook, just so you know. And the conversations are always a lot better there. All right, let's keep doing this. Bones. Pangea. Ronnie St. Leonard. Yes, I like Bon Jovi. You're trying to start trouble. I like Bon Jovi just fine. Not the new stuff, though. That fucking Better Roses, I didn't like that. But I like the I really, really liked that. So, yeah, that was okay, I guess. The vocals got a little bit, a little bit edgier. There was a nice big wall of reverb there. Okay, I get it. Chris Nickerson totally understands that I'm fucking with him and agrees with me. He is a total dickhead. You are a total dickhead, Nickerson. Absolutely. I like you for it. You can be a dickhead. Don't be a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. Like, you're a ball-buster dickhead. I like ball-buster dickheads. People that bust balls. When you bust balls, it's because you like someone. But then there's the dickheads. You can see they just exist to try to piss you off. They just exist to make other people unhappy. Those people, you need to stab them in the head with a letter opener, right in the ear. You ever watch Walking Dead? You never go through the skull. It's harder. The skull is more... What you do is you go right through the ear or the eyeball. You stab them right in the eyeball with a letter opener. They deserve it. You don't want to be those people. You want to be kind. Where's the kindness in your heart in these troubling times? Everybody's worried about catching gingivitis. You got to be very nice to each other. Oh, by the way, if you like this kind of programming, I think you should subscribe to the channel, because every night we have the virus broadcasts. That happens at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in just under 5 hours, we're going to do it all over again. I work hard. I'm like James Brown. I'm like the fat, bald James Brown of radio. You understand? Why don't we listen to another song? I already have advance predictions. We should put like a Vegas line on this. Will he like it or not? But Ronnie Pangea says that Sam will like. He thinks that I will like Just and My Iron Lung combo on side 2. So I guess it's one song that kind of like just goes into another. Good to know. I'll just like I won't cut it off. I'll just let it happen, kind of thing. You think I'll like it, eh? Okay, cool. I didn't mind Bones. I don't like Plastic Bag. Plastic Bag is definitely not for me. The Bends. Every time he kept talking about somebody having the Bends, I kept thinking it's like he's telling people they got the runs. Hey, you got the runs, don't you? You got the runs. It's not very polite. It's not very polite to point out people's diuretic weaknesses. You shouldn't do that. So he says the Bends, I hear the runs. It's okay. All right, we're going to listen to Nice Dream in parentheses. Nice Dream in parentheses is the next song, the last song on side 1. Are we moving away from the bongo sound, though? Or does he just sound like bongo throughout his entire career? Because that will be a sticking point. Well, for me, at least. You're allowed to like bongo. It's just, fucking bongo. All right. It was okay? Thing is that I've listened to it only once. But I can understand, however, how maybe listening to this multiple times, you get into the meat of the songs. So I won't discard that for sure. The falsetto is there, but somehow it's not quite as bongo-fied. So it's alright, I guess. What it is that I'm enjoying, I think what it is that I've enjoyed up to now most on side 1 is the guitar playing. So who is it? Johnny Greenwood, right? The reason it is that I remember the name Johnny Greenwood is because I have some soundtracks from Johnny Greenwood. I'm a big soundtrack collector, and I didn't even know that he was the guitarist to Radiohead. So I just know Johnny. Like the first time I really listened to any Johnny Greenwood was as a composer for soundtracks, and it wasn't this guitar stuff. And I like it. I mean, I'm hearing, I'm hearing layers. I'm hearing style there. It's fun. So, yeah, there's no doubt about the fact that I enjoy this a whole lot more than I enjoyed Pablo, honey? Do you come home? Pablo, honey? Any Jerky Boys fans? You should watch the Jerky Boys. Very, very funny guys. They're amusing. They're amusing. Are we enjoying ourselves? Not such a bad way to spend a gingivitis day, right? What is it? Gingivitis Friday. Welcome to Gingivitis Friday. Tonight at 8 p.m. At 8 p.m. tonight. Not long. Just over 4 hours. 4 hours and 42 minutes away. Or something. Or 47 minutes away. I can't count. We're going to do the virus broadcasts. And it's going to be all different music. A big old family party. Get yourself a nice drink. Come and hang out. You're welcome. We like new people. We do. We like new people. If you're assholes, like real assholes, we throw you out. It's no problem. No problem. I like polite. You must be polite. Take your shoes off in my house. Time to listen to side 2. So, there is an opinion that I will like song 1 and song 2 of side 2. So the first song is Just, and after that, My Iron Lung. Ronnie Pangea, St. Leonard Ronnie, who absolutely knows what I'm talking about when I talk about the U2 and all the wops, listening to the U2 with the hair and the dances, those high school dances. They fucking scarred me for life, those high school dances. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about because he grew up in the type of neighborhood I grew up in. Very, very frightening. Saturday nights at Larnac. Go fucking dance. You remember those suits in the 80s that they used to put the pads so you look like a football player with the suits? Oh, what a horrible era. Some parts of it. But everybody wanted to look like flock of seagulls. All right, side 2. Okay. The guitarist is showing personality. Johnny Greenwood is. I'm starting to hear different things from the guitarist, different styles. I like the fact that he's messing around with some super heavy, like just. I like crunchy, man. I like crunchy. I like the way he does it. I don't like it as much as I like, let's say, Billy Corgan's crunchy. Like I think of which song is it? Superfuck, is that the one? I don't remember the names of the songs anymore, but Billy Corgan does some crunchy stuff really in a way that I like a lot, even though he's a big old bald douchebag. He believes in aliens. He was abducted, you know. But I like the guitarist. That's certainly for me what I enjoy most up to now of this record. The singer, Tom York, sounds like he's adding a certain depth. He's adding different layers to his voice, but it's still just all too bongo for me. Not yet. Not yet. It was okay. Sure, I liked it. It was good. At this point, we are what? I'm not sure that okay, you know what? I'm going to save my opinion of whether I would have bought the record back then versus buy the record now. I'll save that until the very end. But I'm kind of having an idea here. Shannon Floyd, she asks, or he asks, what's the link to your store again? You're a noob. Shannon Floyd, what it is that I'd like to say to you is open your fucking eyes. I mean, the address is right there on the screen. Open your eyes. What are you, nearsighted or farsighted? Do you need to take the glasses off to see clearly, or do you need to keep them on to see clearly? VinylJunkies.store. Just look at the screen. Knits. Alright. Now, we're going to have this guy sing to us about his iron lungs. Alright? Lungs. Very important. You know very much now, in the age of gingivitis, in the age of the deadly, deadly gingivitis, that we are all protecting ourselves from. It's very important to have good lungs. Your lungs are important. Hey, Shannon, do you need me to tell you where the store is again? VinylJunkies.store. All right. I'm having a good time. I certainly hope that you are. Please give the show a like if you like it. Subscribe to the channel. Perhaps, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. I will keep pushing your comments up. And if you're offended by a little bit of ribbing, please turn the show off. Okay? Not for you. Not for you. Go watch The Tiger. Go watch the fucking Tiger guy. Douchebag on Netflix. Go watch him. Go watch him. It's very popular. You're going to have things to talk about with everybody else on your Facebook page. Go watch The Tiger King. Like that, you can make memes. You can go make memes. Everybody will think you're so clever with the memes. The Tiger King memes. Everybody, I'm so fucking clever with the memes. Go make some Tiger King memes. Go watch Netflix. If you're easily offended, this is not the show for you. Not because I'm mean. I'm not mean. I'm not mean. I just do the shtick. I like to have fun. I don't take myself too seriously. I'm pretty comfortable if you think I'm acting like a fucking idiot. I don't care. I don't. I'm 50 years old. I'm going to do whatever I want. Back into my life. I'm going to die soon. It's time to have fun. Take the stick out of your ass. Go watch Netflix. My iron lung. Very important. Listen, I've told you. It's very important to have very good lungs. Right now, if you were to file for a life insurance application right now, and you had the guy come to your kitchen table, and he needs to sign, are you a smoker, non-smoker? He's going to ask all the questions. The first question, how are your lungs? That's what they want to know right away. They want to know, are you going to die in the next 2 weeks of the gingivitis or not? Lungs are very important. So I feel that 1995, 25 years before we knew about gingivitis, it's pretty obvious from the name of this song that they knew. They're like prophets. So I'm beginning to see the genius of Radiohead. 25 years before its time, they're already talking about the importance of iron lungs. All right, I'm wrong. Radiohead is amazing. These guys are like fucking Astradamus. They predicted the future 25 years ago. Let's listen to Iron Lungs. Okay, yeah. I dug that. That I enjoyed. I'm wondering, you guys, maybe you can help me here. Like, who's the main songwriter here? I'm thinking from the guitar that the guitar has a signature. I'm thinking Johnny Greenwood must write a lot of the songs. Like, who's the main songwriter? I don't. Let me know. But I dig it, and I think what I like is the crunchy parts, the heavier parts, don't sound like the typical grunge. There's style there. It seems like there were a lot of different stylistic changes. Like at one point at the beginning, it sounded like a sped up Dear Prudence, and then the guitar kind of reminded me of Foxy Lady. I mean, those are both pretty good things to be name dropping. But in that said, that being said, it's certainly not a ripoff. I'm certainly not getting that. On the other hand, the song, I don't know. The transitions seem kind of rough. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know how it is the longer you make a sauce, when you're making a delicious sauce, right? You put the meatballs in, you put the fucking stewed beef, you make everything. You make sure it's fresh basil, a bay leaf. It's got to be all delicious. You don't put no carrots, you don't put no celery, you don't put that shit in your sauce. You're not making minestrone. You're making a sauce. Sauce is simple. You got to taste the tomato. You put all that stuff in. The longer you leave the meat soak up the sauce, it gets delicious. It gets delicious. Everything starts tasting together. It's like a curry. The longer that you leave it sit on the stove and fucking just reduce, it gets delicious. Here it feels like you just got back, you work a 9 to 5 job and you're rushing home and you want to make a home cooked meal because you don't want to bring home the McDonald's. McDonald's, it's all salt, it's all bread. It's going to make you fat in the ass. You don't want that. It's no good. It's not good for you. Sodium is very, very bad. So you shouldn't eat there. So you want to make a homemade meal, but you don't have a lot of time. So what usually takes maybe 2 or 3 hours to taste proper because all of the ingredients are together, you try to get that and you try to do it in half an hour. Like my wife, she comes home sometimes and she gets a piece of chicken breast and she marinates it for 30 minutes. 30 minutes doesn't marinate anything. Nothing's getting soaked in. It's not going to be the same. I mean, God bless you. God bless you. But when you marinate, you got to marinate overnight because the ingredients, they go together. So for me, when I was listening to this Radiohead song, this Iron Lungs, is that the one we were listening to or is it Poofter? Iron Lungs. Okay. It felt like a chicken breast that you put on the barbecue and you marinate it only for 30 minutes. You kind of, it's kind of like you just slapped the barbecue sauce right on top, but it didn't become the chicken. You understand? Like that. That's what I'm saying. But I liked it. So, Bulletproof, I Wish I Was, is next, eh? All right. I think it's St. Leonard, Ronnie Pangea, talked about Johnny Greenwood. Dude, these are the albums that I first heard Johnny Greenwood on. The soundtracks. There Will Be Blood, which is the one that you mentioned, and honestly, probably even better is Phantom Thread. They're fantastic. And they don't sound anything like Radiohead. And that's where it is. It's like, that's why I'm thinking to myself that it seems like Johnny Greenwood's probably the one who composes a lot of this stuff because this is my introduction to the guitarist of Radiohead. And, I mean, the dude's good. The dude's real good. There's a lot of substance there. So, yeah. I'm just wondering if what I'm hearing here is just a young artist working out his ideas and working out his sound, right? Like Miles Davis, right? Miles Davis played with Charlie Parker, but when he was playing with Charlie Parker, he didn't have his own sound yet. His own sound developed only around the birth of The Cool. And then, of course, he changed the jazz 5 times. He's changed the sound of music just, you know what I'm saying? So at the beginning, you're kind of working out your ideas. You're finding your own voice. That's the feeling that I'm getting here. And yeah, I'm enjoying the record so far. What are we listening to next? The Bulletproof. Bulletproof, I Wish I Was. Is this going to be like all angst-filled vocals? Is he going to start singing like Bongo in an oh, woe is me kind of narrative? I hope not. I hope not. All right. Why don't we listen to it? Okay? We got to listen to it. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. If you actually like this, like I said, just show up 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. YouTube is the place to be, though. You see, like, we just got thrown off Facebook. I told you, that's the way it goes. So, subscribe to the channel, and we'll do it all over again tonight, because, well, I promised I was going to do it, and I'm going to do it. So, what's this song called? Bulletproof, I Wish I Was. Let's check it out. All right. I dug that a lot. That's the one time that I hear that's the first time that I hear them doing kind of like a slower tempo ballad type song, and Tom York using falsetto that doesn't sound like it's directly aped from Bongo. I just hear a little bit of a stylistic difference, and I liked it. That was a good song to me. Yeah, I can now begin understanding. I can certainly understand why people would be drawn to it. Simple as that. I would say that at this point I got to listen to it a few times. Now, this is the one that I'm going to be curious most about. Black Star, Song 4, Side 2. Why? Because you guys are telling me that one of you, just a couple of you, have just kind of made reference to the fact that, oh, dude, you're going to like this song. All right. Because the first time I heard, what are we listening to over here? The first time I heard the album Black Star, like the first time I saw you guys mention Black Star, I thought you were somehow talking about the David Bowie album. And only now, recently, like 15 minutes ago, I realized that Black Star is the name of one of the songs. So that's what you're referring to. So now I understand you're saying that I should be smoking a big joint while listening to Black Star. So in other words, this is one of the big songs on the record, is what you're trying to tell me. I'll vape it up. You know what? I'll make it even more interesting. I got delicious mints. These are delicious, delicious mints. They're very special mints. They make you feel all good inside. I'm going to have a mint while we listen to Black Star. Is that a good idea? I'm going to drink some beer. Is that a good idea? Is that a good way to listen to Black Star for the first time? Look at that. Am I preparing myself properly for the Black Star? This is going to be the first time I listen to Black Star. Honestly. Headphones and everything. So, when I got Vidyas telling me, great tune coming up, and everybody, all right. We're going to give this a try. I'm looking forward to it, I guess, because now you guys kind of played it up a little. You see, you guys are talking about I should do Jane's Addiction, I should do all those other bands. The thing is that I can't really do all those other bands because I know those bands. So, it's the reaction wouldn't be a fair one. It's not like a first time thing. First time thing is now. Like, I'm really listening to this record for the first time as this delicious, delicious mint is slowly evaporating in my mouth. It's so delicious. Let me enjoy my delicious mint, okay? You guys are telling me that I should have prepared for this, so I'm preparing. I got a nice beer over here, a fresh one, very, very, very crisp, very crisp. And I got a nice delicious mint that's making me feel oh so nice. Black Star. We're going to listen to it. I hope you guys are right. I'm enjoying this so far. I think I need to hear that again, because I'm not immediately catching what the big deal is. Doesn't mean it's not a big deal. It's just it's clear that I got to listen to the record more than once in order to kind of catch the. I mean, there's subtleties now. There's little things, that you only pick up once you listen to a record several times. So I'm curious to know why it is that you guys mentioned that I should really kind of focus on this one, because I'm not hearing it like I didn't the first time around. That said, though, it's not fluffy, that's for sure. And I think what I'm liking more about side 2 is it sounds like I'm hearing bongo less and less, and I'm starting to just hear a singer who's vocalizing differently and trying things out. So, I mean, I'm still hearing a little bit of a transition. So far, there's vestiges of that whole Pablo Honey thing, but Pablo, are you washing your ass? Pablo, come home. Pablo, honey, are you washing your ass? Come home, Pablo, come home. You understand? That one. It's kind of a bit. I'm hearing a band starting to I don't know, starting to carve out certain character traits. So I think I got to listen to the record again. That particular song, I think I was expecting more than what you guys made it out to be. I'll play it again though, because it's more than one of you that's saying, Bulletproof is the shit. So I believe you. I absolutely believe you. And I will play the record again. So far. But we're at the end, so I'm going to play it again. Pablocito, are you washing your ass? Pablo, honey, Pablo. All right. Are you enjoying the show? Somebody made a very good point. Hey, have you liked this fucking show? I got only 23 likes. There's 41 of you. Some of you dropped off. It's okay. People have dentist appointments. They gotta go outside and fucking socially gather. Fucking parks full of people. Mohans. They're all mohans. Mohans. Don't be a mohan. The only smart people in this world right now are the 43 people that are watching right now. I need more likes, though. Subscribe to the channel, bitch. Subscribe to the channel. I'll play the rest of the albums. The next one, you know what the next album is? I'm gonna play OK Computer after this. Not today. Tomorrow I'll play OK Computer. How are you gonna know about it if you don't subscribe to the channel? And you hit that little bell that says, hey, you know what? Remind me when this moron gets on. He's out of his fucking mind. It's okay. You can laugh at me. Laugh, bitch! I'd rather see you laugh during the gingivitis years than cry. That's what we're trying to do here. Just have a good time. Alright, we're going to listen to Sulk. So, for all you negative Nellies that prefer being miserable, go soak in your tears. Go soak in your tears and in your misery. Go sulk. Alright. Well, there's one good thing about music. There's one good thing about music. When it hits you, you feel no pain. Now, one very good thing about getting thrown off Facebook is that I can focus on the YouTube conversation, which is always the best conversation. Because all these mohans are here every single night for the virus broadcast. The virus broadcasts are going to happen in just over 4 hours. We're doing all this over again. Why? Because I work hard. I'm like a stripper who's on the fucking stage all the time. The strip bar opens up, the strip club opens up at noon. I'm there for a fucking businessman buffet. Everybody's eating the smoked meat. Everybody's going over there. They're all in a fucking buffet, putting potatoes on their plate and some of that roast beef au jus. Right? They make the fucking roast beef. And I'm there dancing. I'm dancing in my G-string, my tits hanging out for you. And then at night, when everybody's getting off the job, they got paid. They gotta let loose. They gotta buy a beer. So they come and see me at night too. And I'm gonna be dancing at night tonight. So you can leave a tip in my right at the bottom. You can leave a super tip if you like what I'm doing. Porco Dio. Yeah, this is work. This is work. Believe it or not. 12-hour days. 12-plus-hour days. I'm like fucking Rocky Balboa right now. I'm in the freezer. I'm punching sides of beef. Why? Because I'm about to go up against Apollo Creed. The gingivitis is Apollo Creed. I fight the Apollo Creed every day. And right now, I'm getting beat up because it's 35 days in a row that I'm doing this. I'm fucking delirious. I'm delirious. I'm tired. But I do it. Because you gotta challenge yourself. In times of great difficulty, you step up. You step up or you disappear. So that's what I do. I like hanging out with you guys. And if you don't like the program, go fuck yourself. Go listen to Spotify. Go watch the Tiger King. Hey. Go watch the Tiger King. It's more entertaining. All of your friends, you're all going to have something to talk about because all of the fucking mohans that you know, all the mohans, they all watch the Tiger King. Go watch the Tiger King. Don't come here. There's grown folk trying to talk about music here. You fucking clowns. All right. That was fun. Sounds like Vidyas has to go. Too bad, Vidyas. Always fun to have you. We're going to catch you tonight, I hope. Hope some of you are going to be around tonight because we're down to the last song here, Street Spirit. And judging from the commentary on the YouTube channel, it sounds like this one's going to be one I'm going to like. Cool. Looking forward to it. Why don't we spin it and see? I don't know. Let's listen. Very much dug that. I can absolutely see why that's a closer. Enjoyed it. I can see that you guys really dig it as well. Just to tell you how much I like it, I'm here pinching my dick. You know why? Because I gotta piss. I had 2 beers. I gotta piss. And it's like, no, I gotta listen to this on the headset. I gotta hear it properly. So there was a little bit of pain involved. There's some pain. There's some bladder pain involved. Because I'm pinching my dick because I don't want to pee all over myself. You understand? I don't want to. I don't want to be like Mr. Leahy. Mr. Leahy's always pissing himself. He loses respect. That's why people don't respect him. He pisses himself. I don't want to piss myself. Strong closer. I enjoy it. What it is that I should say, I guess overall, is I'm going to play this record as soon as I'm done here. So I'm not going to play the whole thing over again. But it seems to me like it's a record that I should be absorbing properly. So what I'm going to do after I turn off these lights and all this is, while I'm setting up for the 8 o'clock show, which is in 4 hours, I'm going to play the entire side 1 and side 2 the way it was meant to play. I think that, honestly, the way to listen to a record properly is a full playthrough. The question I have here... Actually, I'll tell you, before I tell you if I would have bought the records, if I'd buy the records today after hearing this, and if I would have bought it when it first came out, I was 25 years old, I'll keep that for you. I just thought we'd have a little bit of fun. Some people are so new here. We got Arkham Fan here. Chill, dude, he tells me. Arkham Fan. Chill, dude. And he says, just play the Radiohead and relax. Arkham Fan. I would like to vociferously tell you to go fuck yourself. It's pretty simple to just block your ass, you understand? Come here, play nice. I'm gonna do me, you do you. Right now, you know what you're doing? You're acting like a fucking douchebag. You're on my show, fuckface. Get the fuck out of here, go watch Tiger King. If you want to hear the Radiohead, go to Spotify, dickhead. Do you pay for it? Or do you have the fucking 30-second with the commercials in between? Which one is it, Arkham Fan? Fuck off! You have to understand something. We block your ass, you're gone forever. And then you don't play. Don't be the asshole. You know, every party, there's always one... I'm gonna act the way I act. I like doing this. I like getting frustrated at fuckheads like you, Arkham. I like it. It's fun. You know why? Because it makes everybody else in the room laugh. It's fun. We're laughing at you, Arkham. We're laughing. I just wonder if his mood's gonna, if his attitude's gonna change. That's option A. He's gonna get blocked as option B, or he's already gone as option C. It's fine. You guys that are here all the time know how I do this. We're just having fun. Nothing more. How can you really insult someone you don't know? You know what I'm saying? We're having fun. We're just trying to make time here with the gingivitis. Now, I'll answer the final question. Final verdict. Two ways. The first one, would I buy the record when I was 25-year-old me? So that means this record came out in 95, and I was 25 when the record came out. If I had heard this for the very first time, would have I bought it in 1995? My feeling is yes, I would have bought it. So back then, so in other words, it would have started, I think my Radiohead journey, had I maybe not listened to Pablo Honey, would have started here on the bends. It's interesting. And I just enjoy it. Would I have bought this record as a 49-year-old miserable human being that I am right now? If that was it, then let's say if I had to listen to it in a vacuum, which is to say that, I mean, now it's kind of unfair because it's very clear that Radiohead have become an extremely important band. So I can't say, you know, it's like what it is that I have to do when I say would I buy it at this age is try to imagine that I'm listening to the bands and the Radiohead's a brand new band, right? And I'm listening to it for the first time. So in other words, if I was 50 years old in 1995 rather than 25 years old and I listened to the Bends for the first time, would I buy it? No. I would listen to it and I can see that there's elements and stuff like that, but I just know that at this age I've listened to a whole bunch of other things that it would have taken a lot more for me to just kind of like latch on. You know what I'm saying? It's like this exercise was worth it because I got to listen to the entire thing and I get it. Now I kind of begin understanding what the Radiohead thing is and I look forward to the rest. And it's really cool to see Tom York start developing his vocalizations for himself rather than a bongo ripoff. So 25-year-old me would have bought this without a single shadow of a doubt. If in 1995 I was today's age, so if I was 50 years old, this album's 25 years old, holy fuck. If I was 50 years old and heard this for the first time, and I saw a Pitchfork review about it, the chances are I would not touch the record. So, I don't know. Is that fair? Is that fair? Folks, I gotta say, this was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, you know, I'm fucking around, you know? I don't understand people who take things so seriously. It's a show. What are you supposed to do, be boring? I'm supposed to take everybody's feelings into account? No. Somebody acts like a dickhead. We laugh at him. We laugh at him. We're bullies. We're bullies. Arkham fan, we're bullies. Go away. We don't want to bully you anymore. All right. This was fun. If you want more, the regulars all know what this is about, but in less than 4 hours, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing Virus Broadcast Day 46. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and like it. If you like this content enough to want to hear what I have to say about OK Computer tomorrow, my suggestion is that you subscribe to our Vinyl Junkies channel because I will do OK Computer tomorrow and whatever comes subsequently. Hope you enjoyed it, man. This was a good time.